Mabel was now 20 years old. One day, she and her little brother decided to visit their old house since they were privileged to, because their house was now owned by a family they used to know from the town. So the family was happy to invite them over to take a tour around their old house. When Mabel got to the entrance of her old room, the mother of the new family for the first time on the tour became somewhat sheepish and was somewhat hesitant in letting Mabel go in, mumbling something about evil spirits and saying that was the room the household never used. Mabel suspected they must have had an encounter with the shadow girl too, and laughingly said, Hold up, hold up, hold up. Have you guys seen the ghost girl too? The woman's face instantly drained of color. That is no ghost girl, she said. And she continued, saying she had seen the shadow girl in the room, mostly, but also seen her walking around the house and even going into her children's bedrooms at night. And that she had called her psychic sister-in-law to do an exorcism that partially got rid of the shadow girl. Well, partially, because it was now only relegated to the said room that was out of bound. That was why they locked it up and stayed away from the room entirely. At this point, Mabel wasn't as freaked as she was amused, because she now felt justified that all she went through with the shadow girl as a child were not just her imaginations after all. When they got home, she told her mom that there had been a ghost watching her all those years in their former house, and that the new family had corroborated her experience. On hearing this, her mother became a bit shifty and obtuse. It was so obvious she was deep in thought and at the same time trying to connect the dots from what she had just heard, but wasn't really ready to spill. Mabel's mother had just remembered something about their old house she had been hiding from Mabel for a very long time. Mabel pressured her mother to tell her what it was she was hiding from her all these years. Finally, her mother opened up to her, saying that back then, there had been several nights where she would walk past Mabel's door at night and see these unusual bright lights coming from the sides of and beneath the door. Remember when her mother used to warn her against reading late at night with the lights on? Yeah, that was no ordinary light. For a time, her mother thought it was her daughter with the lights on reading some scary books or something. But when Mabel started talking about the little shadow girl, her mother became more curious. One night, after seeing this light, she peeped into Mabel's room and saw a giant glowing orb floating over Mabel's body. She said it wasn't a car light or a reflection. It looked like some kind of small planet guard keeping watch over Mabel's body. In the next moment, when Mabel forcefully shot up from her bed due to the countless nightmares of people trying to hold her in her dreams, her mother ran to comfort her and asked her to go back to sleep. Since this hadn't been a shadow girl like Mabel always complained about, her mother, being a deeply religious woman, assumed that her daughter had mistaken a friendly angel for a ghost, because they both had contradicting perspectives. Mabel seeing a shadow girl and her mother seeing an angel-like image protecting her daughter. But now, both Mabel and her mother were now fully convinced that whatever her mother saw was protecting her from the little shadow girl, who is not even a girl at all. And every moment she would shoot up suddenly awake from whatever horrific nightmare she was having. It was that orb thing, the glowing knight in shining armor, pulling her away from the snare of whatever predator attacking her in her sleep. Have you had such experiences? Or you know someone who have? Just let us know in the comments below. Also, do not forget to share this video, like and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you'll be the first to know whenever I post a new story.